I'm live. Yay. It's so rude of me to eat Cheez-Its when I'm going live. All right. If you're not watching this at 6:48 Pacific Standard Time PM, I am not live. Just giving you a heads up now. But I'm tuning in right now. I am live in the flesh. I am later than I normally would like to go, but it is what it is. I was down at the shop and I was like, I got to get out of here. I need a second wind. And I needed to come home so I could I need to edit a video. So that's why I'm here, and I need to edit this really cool tour for tomorrow. I toured I think it was a 1981 Land Cruiser that was an ambulance back in its heyday. And yeah, it was actually really cool. And I got to tour it at Overland Expo West. So hello from Brisbane, Australia. Hey, Janine. What's up, Frankie Jr.? Hello from the East Coast. It's late over there. Not really. This whole daylight savings time is really screwing with me, right? Overland Uncharted. Hello. All right, guys. Well, I'm here to do some Q&A, but I'm also excited to the build. Actually, this is really weird. The build is going extremely slow, or at least in my eyes it is. And that's because I've spent a lot of time dealing with angles and, how things are going to be in the van, in regards to how I want attachment points for the walls and, the cutouts for the bed area, cabinetry, just all that stuff is just taking a massive toll on me. So it's 12:49 p.m. in Australia right now. If anybody was interested, thank you, Tony. But it's taking a toll on me in regards to, but I'm keeping up with videos. I want to do another video per week. So that's actually some updates for everybody. I plan on doubling my shop space as my shop space, but I'm also going to make it into a recording studio for me to do some product videos, as well as more interactive informational videos as well. I'll mic myself up and I'll have a camera on the tripod, and I'll have a really cool backdrop because it'll be my shop. So now everybody's just shouting out their times where they are. Awesome. Hey, just noticed you're live. Nice. Well, I am live. This is me in the flesh. But if you guys have some van questions or just life questions, I can answer those too. If you have some questions on I don't know, even personal, I don't care. I'm a pretty open guy. I don't care. Hi, Kim. Have I been missing your lives, or have you been taking a break / busy? Yes and no. I was going pretty much every other week. I would like to go back to once a week, honestly, Janine. But yeah, you've probably been missing them. I want to start going 6 p.m. I like to try to go 6 p.m. my time every Wednesday. But with the build happening, oh my goodness. This just reminded me, I almost bought another van today, but the offer that I sent, the person must not have liked because I didn't even get a reply. But I found a vintage van. I'm not going to say what it is because honestly, I kind of want to do one and in the future, and I don't want to say what it is because I want to surprise everybody. But I found a vintage van, and I really want to do a vintage van. If I can find one that's in good shape for a good price, I would love to actually do one for that one for me. Sorry, everybody else. I want to keep that bad boy for myself. And maybe I'll have to flip, a couple other Econolines. I don't know if I really want to do more of the brand new ones. But I like the Econolines. Or the Chevy Expresses. If I could find another one of those, I would love to do it. And then plus a vintage, like my own personal vintage one. That would be a lot of fun. So I think that's, my plans change like daily, weekly, whatever you want to call it. But either way, I have the shop space. I'm going to try to take it to its advantages and do that. A vintage Volkswagen wagon? No, it wasn't a Volkswagen. It was another vintage van. And again, I'm not going to say what it is because I want to surprise everybody, because I haven't seen a lot of these built out, and it would be a lot of fun to do. I've done a lot of moving my day, so it takes time to be settled. Yeah. I wish you would offer costs associated with different builds. What do you mean, Nels, by that? Because maybe I do offer that, and maybe you just didn't pick up on it. But I don't understand. I don't know if I understand what you're saying or asking. So try and comment again, and I'll see if I can pick it up. Hey, brother. Hey, Jack. I was wondering what to use to seal my roof. I have a 1985 step van. Awesome. Maybe I'll do a vintage step van. 1985 is vintage, I guess. I don't even know. I just made that up, but I'm 1983. That's the year I was born. Am I vintage? Jack Ryan, I would use lap sealant. I personally love lap sealant. It's a self-leveling. I just did a video installing my solar panel. But if you're looking to seal your roof, guys, that was just Alexa that just texted me. If you heard my phone go off, and that's right, I still keep in touch with a lot of my van friends. It's self-leveling, so I don't know. A step van should be pretty flat, so it should seal it quite well. Sikaflex, there's different types of Sikaflex, so I would get maybe a Sikaflex that is meant to do that, but look at the different numbers of Sikaflex, because like a P230 is one, and like I don't know, it's like a marine grade Sikaflex. It's like a really good sealant, so check that out. You could also use the I don't know if the Flex stuff is any good, but Jack, hope that helped. Thank you. Is it Saeed? Thank you for the comment or the compliment. Appreciate you. Vin, you still have my hotel. I broke my phone. Oh no, Janine. Hopefully you fix your phone. Does it start with a W? As in the vintage? No, it does not start with a W. Nope. Do you have a space set aside for a work area? Will you have a lagoon table? In my new van, Pam, I presume that you're asking. Yes, I will have both of those. Space for work, and I'm going to have a space for my lagoon table, as well as I might have an extra seating area. So I actually might be able to seat 3 in here in my van, which is ridiculous because it's going to be a freaking, Econoline that's like short wheelbase. It's crazy what I'm fitting into this thing. I want to redo my 99 low top Chevy Express, but I'm thinking I need to get a V8. No, I think you can do it in a V6. I mean, even Pro Masters are V6s, so you don't need a V8 technically. Beaumonts. Doing installation soon. Any thoughts on Airstream Interstate 24X? I don't know much about them. I'm sorry, New York. Hey ho from North Carolina. Thanks for everything. Oh, thank you, Chuck. Appreciate you. I also love your icon. You're a Boston Red Sox. Woo. Hey, Justine O'Brien. Hi. Doing installation soon in my van. Can you name them by what you would do first, second, etc. Real quick. Nope. Notebook ready. Insulation, I would do a couple different layers. I would use either a kill mat or a frost king, and then I would use either wool, Thinsulate. Everybody's really loving Thinsulate. I like wool or Thinsulate, doesn't matter, or foam board. And then I would do another. There's a couple different ways you can do it, depending on the cavities, depending on how much room you've got, depending on how you're going to like kind of seal it all off. But there's a few different ways to do that. I guess I'm stuck in my mouth. I'm now caught up to the comments saying I am vintage. What is the name of the wool insulation? Havelock. If you go to any one of my videos and you scroll down into the description, use my referral code because why not? A little kickback to moi. But Havelock, it's literally Havelock. I'm getting supposedly mine tomorrow, so we'll find out. Got it. My God, it was a piece of Cheez-It. That was disgusting. Thank you very much. Question. Should I buy a 4-wheel drive for backcountry camping? I can't answer that question for you. Should you? I don't know. I haven't. The only time I've used 4x4 is when I had my Jeep. And that was in severe, vans would not be able to get where I was going. And you need like either a low top or you needed like a Jeep or a Tacoma or like another type of 4x4 vehicle. In a high top van, I say don't go with a 4x4. But if you want something for snow, then either 4x4 for snow type stuff. But to be honest with you, rear wheel drive or 2-wheel drive with really good tires and a good suspension is really what the name of the game is. If you want that 4x4 for that extra added security, especially in the snow type weather, then yeah, go with a 4x4. But backcountry camping, if you're using a high top, I would say probably not. But if you're using a low top like a Ford Econoline, then yeah, a 4x4 actually isn't a bad idea. 4x4s can go a little bit further in the backcountry, and depending on how backcountry you're going backcountry. So in an overlanding type scenario, no, you don't need 4x4. In a like off-road, then technically yes, you would need a 4x4. But overlanding is like dirt paths already done for you. Nels. Oh, this was, I'm assuming, to your other comment. I just want to go back up, and I wish you offer associated with different builds. And then you followed up with cost of items, total cost of builds. Those of us who would like to do a van want to know what to expect to cost. Well, okay, I can do a video on that. It's hard. It's the problem with doing something like that is that there is like a million different scenarios. You can do, like, I just am not the biggest fan of a super low budget, but you can do it. And then there's the super high end of $200,000. And then there's everything in between. So I guess I could go over, but I'd have to literally, and that's actually kind of what I want to do if you were here at the beginning of the video, you heard me talking about how I want to create my studio. Well, I'm going to have my studio with lighting and all the good jazz and actually microphones and stuff. And I will section off every video about, hey, here are the different types of heaters. Here are the different types of, wood for this and cost and all that stuff. So I will be doing that in the future. It's just, it's just the name of the game right there. It just takes time. So Nels, stick with me and I will definitely try and do more of that. I appreciate you saying that because that kind of lights a fire into my bum to get it going. Did you just call Jared vintage? GXR Joe, we were talking about it earlier. That's okay. Yes, I am vintage. I'm looking to buy a van for my first build out. What should I buy first in it? Electrical, framing? What should I build first in it? Start from the outside in. This is going to be real quick. I don't want to catch up to all these other comments in here. Start from the outside in. So I like to cut windows. I like to do roof fan, solar panel. And then I work on floor, subfloor, or floor insulation, flooring. And then I work on insulation, framing, insulation, and rough wiring. Make sure only the wires that need to go through the walls. I'm a big advocate now of running wires through your cabinetry, because if something fails, you can fix it a heck of a lot easier than cutting into a finished wall. Note. Let's see here. Do you have any suggestions for a lagoon alternative? I freaking wish. But that being said, for the price of a lagoon table mount, they are really good. You can get them out now for under $200. They're lightweight. They're aluminum. It's perfect for what it is. If you're looking for a pedestal, there are 3 or 4 different types of pedestals out there, the telescoping pedestals. Those are usually used for people that have a dinette style floor plan, but I do like the lagoons quite a bit. TT, am I in Vegas yet? I left Vegas. I am gone. I am no longer there. I am in Portland, Oregon now. Lizard skin, thoughts? I think lizard skin is cool as a application that creates a thermal break, but it's not a full-on insulation. Lizard skin goes up against the metal and can create a thermal break, but you are still going to have to add to that. It is also extremely toxic. You have to mask up for it. It is very potent. I've been around it and I was like getting dizzy and I was not masked up. That was a few years ago. I don't know what they've come out with since, if they've, fixed their product or whatever, not fix it, but made it less toxic. I don't know. But it's also sort of expensive, and you should probably have a professional spray it on. So all of those things, it's like I'd rather use something else to create a thermal break, in my opinion. What is the best insulation for Florida climate? Don't live in Florida. That's your best insulation. No, I'm just kidding. As thick as you can go. You're going to deal with humidity down in Florida is what you're going to be dealing with. So your walls are going to sweat. So I would go with a wool. Well, even then, that's a lot of humidity. It's a lot of sweat, a lot of moisture for that wool. Anything antimicrobial, which would be the wool, which is a thinsulate or a foam board. All of those are antimicrobial, which means they will not mold over time. I would not use rock wool. If people out there that are like rock wool, do not use rock wool, in my opinion. I wouldn't use Pink Panther. Those are fiberglass and also other metals that are mixed into that insulation. Foam board might have fiberglass in it, but it's not airborne like the other stuff. So yeah, you want to, I could do an entire tangent on insulating for Florida, but I can't go that deep, guys. But hopefully that helped a little bit. What about all-wheel drive? All-wheel drive is great. All-wheel drives are fantastic for obviously all weather conditions. But 4x4 technically is better than all-wheel drive. But if you want to know a little fun fact, all four-wheel drive is good for is a low and a high. Sprinters are technically, they have an on-off switch for the four-wheel drive, but it's actually an all-wheel drive because it's not. It's hard to explain the mechanicals of it, but a real 4x4 has a low and a high, and something with the way that the tires are spinning, et cetera, and so forth. But I don't know the logistics behind it, but some mechanic told me that even Sprinters are actually all-wheel drives when you hit that button. But I don't know. The only way to really get a 4x4 is an actual conversion. But all-wheel drives are great. I can't knock an all-wheel drive. Don't forget to drop that like. Thank you, GXR Joe. I got to catch up. If I missed your guys' question, please re-ask it. I'm right now starting with Billy Eaton. Oh, Justine, what did you ask here? What do you think the best air conditioning center traveling for areas around the country? I can do a whole video on air conditioners, and I can't get into that right now, but ask me again in a minute after I catch up on some more questions here. Which van has the best towing? That is a great question. You probably know better than me at this point. If I had to guess, anything with a diesel engine, so probably the Sprinter. Diesels just can tow better than a gas-powered engine, plain and simple. So I would guess a Sprinter 144. I'm trying to think of the Transit. Doesn't even come in diesel, does it? Maybe an eco diesel? No, that's eco gas or eco fuel. Yeah. Drew, what was your reference to? How do you think about climate control for a Toyota Prius SUV van will affect van life? Have you heard of this? I have not heard of this. How do you think climate control in a Toyota Prius? If you're in a small vehicle, I would say if you want something to cool yourself down, I would use a Zero Breeze. I have one actually here in my apartment. Zero Breezes are great for small spaces. I actually like them a lot. You just have to vent it. So I'd vent it through a window, or you'd have to bring air in from the outside. For heat, I would still, there's a bunch of different ways, but either install a separate diesel tank and you can actually have a diesel heater inside of your van or your SUV or car or something. Or Mr. Buddy, but again, Mr. Buddy is a propane. You have to vent that because they're using propane. Sorry, I just want to catch up with all these other questions. Can you control the Aspen via Bluetooth? No, you cannot. I don't believe so. That is one of the upgrades that they were working on. They just came out with the EP500. Light Harvest Solar is actually a somewhat of a Blue Eddy distributor. So they just ordered a bunch of EP500s from Blue Eddy, and they have them all in stock. If you don't know what the EP500 is, the thing is an absolute beast. Is it possible for van life? It is, and John and I from Light Harvest are actually going to do a video with it soon. So there's that too. Oh my God. I gotta catch up on all these. Like my allergies are bothering me. Is your vintage Jeep van FC 150? No. Lizard skin is garbage. This is Slammin' said. Same thing with spray foam, just screws up the van. Yes, I actually agree with both of those. The spray foam can actually warp your metal, your sheet metal, believe it or not. GSSR Joe, I did not know that about Rockwell. Would you recommend a Sprinter van build that can pull a cargo trailer? If you really want to, right on. I mean, yeah, I've seen it happen. Somebody just sent me a thing about that. The cargo trailer for maybe a toy hauler. Yeah, it's definitely possible. Absolutely. Ben Savage, you are my number one fan. Actually, Ben, thank you for the insightful question. You asked, why did you buy a low top instead of a high top? A couple different reasons. Number one, I wanted something a little different. I wanted to show people what's possible with a low top, as well as I wanted it as a daily driver, as well as a camping rig, as well as a stealth rig. I feel like low tops can actually get in and out of places a lot easier when it comes to going off road or going overlanding. I try not to do this, but you can always fit through a drive-through. If you were trying to do, drive through coffee or fast food, you always have a low top for that. It's a little I was talking about stealth. It's a little stealthier than a high top is. It's a little creepier than a high top too. Sure. But I just think there's a lot of versatility when it comes to a low top, and people haven't been taking advantage of that. I can get one of these low tops for a lot less than a high top. So, all of a sudden high tops are super expensive and hard to come by. So it's nice to do what I can with these. They're kind of cool. I can probably go into more details, but we'll save that for a later date. I'll wait for full electric vans like Canoe. Not a bad thing. I also just found out, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I announced that I put a deposit down on a Rivian. I also found out today that Rivian is also making a commercial van. So I may have to talk to them about that. Drew Dawson, oh my God, look up climate control and hybrids. I'm freaking out about the future. We're talking AC or heat running all night on a lithium battery of a hybrid. Yeah, it's all probably possible. Ben, you got me again here. What do you got? Do you think van life is a good answer for people that avoid the mandate and want to go off grid for good? I think van life is used in a lot of different varieties. I don't know if that's why people get into van life. That's your own prerogative. I knew when I got into van life, it was more of like I needed to do some soul searching. I feel like a lot of people have got into van life to do some soul searching themselves. A lot of people get into van life just for the sake of they want to travel more. Some people can't afford rent, so they live out of a van and still work their daily job in whatever city it may be. There's a million different ways people or reasons people get into van life. To hide from certain people like that, I wouldn't do it, but that's just me. PJ Smith, am I familiar with EcoFlow portable generators? Yes, very much so. The EcoFlows are really good. They were okay, then they were like and now apparently they're really good. So I've been trying to actually reach out to them and see if I can work with them in the future again. But I actually do have an affiliate with them. I'm going to try and get my hands on a Delta Pro Max or whatever those are called. The ones that you can actually plug into either a plug-in hybrid or an electric vehicle. Like I just said, I put money down on a Rivian. So I think that's where the portable generators are actually going to be going. I think they're going to start making them for extreme off-grid capabilities to take a electric vehicle and look at the mess behind me and make them so that you can take an electric vehicle out camping. I know that would be cool for the Rivian truck that I got, or the Cybertruck that's coming out, or the Ford F-150 Lightning, or whatever else is in the works. Drew Dawson, I'm actually not surprised that companies are trying to figure that out, that type of wiring technology. It's right there in front of them. They just have to do it. I wouldn't be surprised if some backyard person figured it out first. But the engineers of all of these hybrid companies, absolutely, it could happen. It's just a matter of time. The electric vehicles will be there first, or maybe right after the hybrids. What have you seen the best way to transport a motorcycle with a van? A trailer. You can get one of those ones that hook off the trailer hitch, but it has to be pretty small, because I think that the tongue on it is like a 500-pound limit, and most bikes are over 500 pounds. So either inside the van and make room for it, or you're gonna have to tow it on a trailer. Sorry. Where's the best place to buy lithium batteries? Jack, I like my people. My go-to is Light Harvest Solar, but anybody that's a Victron dealer usually has access to a lot of different batteries. Depends on the battery you want to go with. I like Relion. I like Lion. I'm an ambassador for both of those companies, as well as Light Harvest Solar has their own battery as well, but you need to take a look at discharge and amp hours and size of battery and all that stuff. So just take all that into effect when you start looking at lithium batteries. I was actually thinking about building a cargo trailer for extra energy, kind of what a portable power pack. Yes, Billy Eaton, that's actually coming in regards to, I think you're not the only one that has thought of this, so have I. Not only do I want to do that, what you just said, I want to actually take it a step further and make almost a rolling EV station, which is what I want to do for the Rivian. But I believe there's other companies already in the works with that. So we're going to see how that works. And hopefully I can do one by the time I get my truck. And I'm going to have a truck and a van, everybody. I just want to let you guys all know that. Probably the vintage one that I want to work on. Blue Vandale. Yeah, everything's great. I'm just a little down today because I'm just tired. I'm tired. Miss Chris, you stopped watching the Brady Bunch house renovation tour to watch my live. Well, I'm going to be wrapping up here. I'm at the 30-minute mark, but that was a good laugh. Thank you so much for tuning into my live. I guess you can always go back to the Brady Bunch house renovation whenever you want, but I appreciate you tuning in and pausing the Brady Bunch. Man, that's a blast from the past. Who's the Brady Bunch? Yeah, my new handle should be creepy low top. Yeah, free candy, all of those jokes. Why don't we get them all out now? Go right ahead. I don't care. What generator would you recommend for traveling without solar panels? Without solar panels? I mean, you can any generator, but you'd have to hook it up to either the alternator and in a way, or plug it into your cigarette lighter port while driving. So it really depends. But I mean, the also, what are you running off of the generator? Are you just laptops and phones and such? Jackery is fine for that. It's probably your best price point. But if you want something a little bit bigger, you can always get the Aspen from Light Harvest Solar, the Blue Eddy, the EcoFlow. Those are the big boys. If you want to go a little bit lower grade, then yeah, get a Jackery. That's fine. Squirrel lips. That's a good question. PBR and Natty Light. First of all, I haven't seen Natty Light in a long time. I just had a PBR like sometime last week. And it was just because it was offered to me, and I was like, I'll just take a PBR. I mean, I guess if they were both sitting in front of me and somebody said pick, I'd probably go PBR, I guess. But can I say neither? Because, man, ouch. That's what I'm saying. Electric vehicle camping. Yeah, it's coming, Drew. 100% is coming. I say in the next, maybe by 2025-ish, we'll have what the technology you were talking about earlier is going to be there. And the electric vehicles they're all-wheel drive, but for example, the Rivian is a quad motor, so every wheel has their own motor. It's kind of insane. Most electric vehicles are dual motor, so each motor runs the front or back axle. Kind of crazy, actually. Do you think pop-ups on low tops are good quality these days? Is there one brand that's better than the other? I don't really know too much about the pop-up industry. I'm learning a little bit because I almost put one on my Ford. A buddy of mine, there's a couple DIYers that rent space from Nomadic Customs, and one of them actually is putting on a Colorado camper van pop top. And I haven't felt the fabric yet, so I just need to feel that fabric to make sure it's good quality, like tent material. But let me get back to you on that, and I'll probably do a video on that in the future. I don't know some of the other companies. It really just depends on what vehicle you have. But I think Colorado camper van is one of the most well-known in the pop-up industry. Does that make sense? Jack Ryan, I will post the name of them. Just do a Google search. That is Light Harvest Solar is just not even a Google search. Just do that.com. There it is. lightharvestsolar.com. So if it's transferred to a bigger vehicles, I think it's going to be a game changer. GSR Joe, you're probably gone at this time, but thank you for tuning in. Hi, Internet family. Hi. Well, I appreciate good content. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate it. Keep Oregon nice and beautiful because I would like to come visit again someday. Yeah, I agree. I hope we do keep it nice. Ben, what do you got for me? My favorite comment. For people that don't know, Ben loves to troll me on my videos, and he loves to poke at me, poke the bear. Given the ever increasing and affordability of high top vans, it is economically feasible to use a low top van and convert it into a high top. Yes, that is economically feasible. To put a fiberglass top on a low top, you're looking at about $4,000. For example, if I took my Ford Econoline with 130,000 miles on it that I picked up for $6,600 and put a $4,000 top on it, we can round down and say it was a $10,000 van. So there's not many high tops that are at a $10,000 mark. Do you see what my point is there? Yes, it is a little bit economically, or affordability factor is a little bit there when it comes to having a low top converted into a high top. Did I want to do that? No, I didn't. I actually originally was going to have the pop-up from Colorado camper vans, but I looked at the price of the Colorado camper van pop top, and it's roughly $10,000. I did not want to spend another 10 grand to make my roof extend up. This is going to be mostly a stealth vehicle for me to travel around from city to city and do seminars and shows and things like that, and also use for camping. Hopefully that makes sense. I like that EcoFlow charges with a 110 in an hour and a half. I did not know that. That must be a quick charge on that. Any advice for women obsessed with van life and a husband with zero interest? That is hysterical. You can't force your partner. That's my advice. Maybe rent a van for a week, or a weekend or something as a getaway, and see how much that you can convince them that way. But that goes both ways. Either partner could not be interested in it. That one's tough. But I wish you the best with that one. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, PJ. Dude, how are you going to build around the fuel bump inside? Oh, if anybody knows Ford Econolines, then that just makes me laugh. It's like this big. Who asked that? Whoever asked that question. I think they're actually my cabinetry is over it, so I would actually just build my cabinetry design around that. If you go to my Instagram, which is the same name as my YouTube channel, Jared Tachi, if you go to my Instagram, I actually just posted a SketchUp plan of my cabinetry design and my layout. Like, I didn't spin it around, but I was working on it a little bit, and it when I get to that point in the build, I will actually be able to delegate exactly where I'm going to have drawers and cabinetry and things like that, and where things are going to go and how they're going to plug in, et cetera, and so forth. But yes, it can be a little difficult, but I can assure you it's not that hard. Good one though. That one made me laugh because it just, like, that bump out is just so annoying. I know I'm late to comment about the Rivian cargo van, but that's Amazon's new van, so they will be almost impossible to find for 3 or 4 years. You're absolutely right, because guess what? Guess who the main investor in Rivian is? Amazon. Amazon gave them all the money to do everything that they have been doing. And I'm assuming they did that because they're going to go full electric in the near future. So yeah, you're absolutely right with that one, that the commercial van is probably not going to be possible to get for a while. But when I do talk to Rivian on the phone, I will ask them about that, if they will make the van accessible to the public as well. I will ask them, because they're going to call me in the next few weeks to do my configuration soon. I've heard the fiberglass actually insulates and helps maintain the temp in a van. It does, actually. I stopped looking at hot tops altogether. Have you had any feedback on this, Drew? That fiberglass insulation does help, but I would still insulate as well. It's a little bit tough because it's pretty thin, but I would probably throw up some Frost King, which is a duct insulator. I'd probably just throw that up there. It's R3 value. It'll help a little bit, but I would do that as well on top of that, because it'll help because the sun is going to be beaming down on top of that fiberglass rooftop. Change the husband to no husband. That's funny. I just want to have a comfy night's sleep. Yeah, I'm with you. Peace River in Seattle make pop-up vans. Did not know that, Kevin. Thank you. Peace River. I'm gonna actually look. I'm gonna put that into my thing here, if you don't mind. Did I spell that right? Yeah, Peace River. Oh, that's with an S, not a C. Oh, we'll find out. Let's see here. What is the best van design software for a DIY? Justin, great question. I like to use SketchUp because there's a free version of it. I am not a fan of what is that, VanSpace or whatever that is. It just seems a little finicky from what I've heard. I haven't tried it personally, but from the feedback I've gotten from my friends in the industry, they're not the biggest fans of VanSpace. But I personally like using SketchUp. There is a free version, and you can just kind of play around with it. Watch a couple of tutorials on how to work it, and there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. You can do it. Steffi Lee is here, everybody. Steffi Lee is on my channel right now, my live. Everybody, please say hello to Steffi. And if you have not subscribed to an amazing person, you need to subscribe to Steffi Lee. She just came out with a video today. Steffi, I miss you too. Much love. I don't know what you're doing. Actually, it's not that late over there. She's on the East Coast right now. But I miss you too very deeply. Steffi Lee was also on the Gutted team. See, you guys just see that my attitude just changed when I see a friend. Look at all the love, Steffi. But she's probably one of my most favorite people in the world. She brightens up my day and is a true friend. And I think the world of her. She's like a sister to me, and I would do anything if she asked me to do it. But I love her dearly. She's amazing. Like a sister, guys. Like not like that kind of love, But she knows that. That's all that matters to me and her. She is amazing. Steffi, what do you got? You got anything good? What's your video about today? The one that you posted today. I haven't watched it. I apologize. But if you, give yourself a little promotion, some love here, girl. That's what you're here for. But I just did a tour of your van too. She is adorable. Light Harvest Solar might want to start thinking about how they can integrate their power banks to electric vans, maybe to up that crappy 250 miles per charge. Who's to say that they haven't started? I don't know. We're working on some stuff, Light Harvest and I. And why is that? Because Light Harvest, they have the same vision that I do. So we're definitely working on that. And from what I understand, Light Harvest, the owner of Light Harvest, also put an order in for an all-electric truck. But he went with a F-150, I believe. I'm going to paint my van this weekend and film it. What, Steffi? What? For all those people that don't know, Steffi did an amazing paint job on the Gutted van. If you go to my Instagram or Steffi's Instagram, and you scroll a little bit, you'll probably find some amazing artwork that she painted on the hood of the Gutted van. Unbelievable. Bob Ross, who is what I like to say, because Steffi killed it off the top of her head. No templates, just dome to hood of vehicle. That is a true artist, everybody. Wow, first time with the new mouth. Steffi, you posted a mental health morning routine today. I love it. I love it. We need to talk more about mental health just in general. It's been a very interesting 18 to 24 months for everybody. So we need to stick together here when it comes through mental health and mental issues. So Steffi, good for you. I'm assuming your video was positive and uplifting, and not only expressing how you go about your morning routine, but how we should maybe consider going through our morning routine to not have mental health struggles. It's my assumption. So that means I have to go and watch this thing on Steffi Lee's channel. I'm giving you a lot of love, Steffi, so this video better be good. Hi, Jessica Valera. You love me more than a friend. Well, that's always good to hear, but I don't think I've met you. But thank you. Appreciate you either way. Just finished a 2.5 weeks boondocking at something ghost town. That's awesome. Great quiet mountains and silver mines to explore. Need 4-wheel drive, 8-mile twisting dirt road, 1 mile elevation change. Wow, that's a tough drive. Those 8 miles were probably the longest part of your drive. Super exciting though. Have to check those out. Excuse me, just hiccuped. Steffi Lee said something like that. That was a great description. I should just be your sales rep. Can I be your sales rep, Steffi? And just like every time, like I'll be your hype person. So every time your video comes out, I can just like hype, like I'll do a little trailer of hyping up what it is. You said you're going to go get ready for bed. Okay, just wanted to say hi and stop in. Bye. Thank you so much, Steffi Lee, for coming on to my channel. I'm honored for you to tune into my live. Appreciate you. Love you much. And I hope to see you soon. Maybe when Gutted starts to come out, we can actually reconvene with the team. That is what I truly want to do. I want to get all the team members back together. Love from Philly. What's up? The Philly suburbs. Thank you, Nicole S. I appreciate you. Without other influencers, I wouldn't be traveling the country in my Sprinter. That's really nice to hear for the last year. Much gratitude. Thank you so much, Nicole. Hopefully you're enjoying your time and traveling as much as you can. Yes, Stephanie, we're gonna hopefully go get ready for bed. Much love. You're amazing. Ben Savage. I wish that was the case. And honestly, I think everybody's gorgeous. So maybe that is the case. But yes, I'm not dating any of them. They're just all my friends. Janine, I don't have that. She asked, remind me when Gutted will stream. I don't have an answer to that. I don't think they even know yet. They're just going through all the footage right now and editing all the episodes together. We were hoping, we as competitors were hoping by mid-November. That obviously ain't happening. So I think they told me sometime in January is what they're gunning for now. Guys, I'm at 47 minutes. I got to start wrapping this up. I got to go edit this video. My nose is itchy because my allergies are bothering me. Best tabletop for Lagoon Mount. Huh. I actually kind of want to promote myself here because I kind of want to start making them again. If I start making them, how many people would buy them? I do want to start making them actually. So I would say me, but it's something lightweight or light-ish. I think the Lagoons can only handle about 50, 60 pounds. So, you can almost make your own 3/4 inch ply and kind of maybe, have fun with it, but I think the perfect size is about 24 long, maybe 22 long, and about 16 width or depth. So 22-ish, 24-ish by 16-ish. That is a good size for a Lagoon. I would like to slightly off-center it for the turning purposes as well. So check that out. But J Priority Painting Services, LLC. That's a handful or a mouthful. I'm going to start making some more tables. I started to back when I was living in Bend. Then I moved to Vegas and I stopped doing all the construction stuff or all building stuff. And now I'm back. I have a shop now. So I'll probably do some epoxy stuff and doing some other cool tabletops for Lagoons. And I will promote them when I start making them. Maybe I need to do that because I'm kind of in this funk right now with the whole van build. So maybe I should start doing some tabletops for everybody. Maybe I will do that. Stephanie, is your last name pronounced Dabrowski? Because that is a badass name. Congratulations on the shuttle bus. Yeah. And what should my price point be for the people that are asking about my tables right now? Anybody have an idea what my price point should be? Anybody that has seen other Lagoons, other Lagoon tabletops? Your 20 by 20 butcher block is too heavy. That's good to know. But like if I was to price like an epoxy tabletop, for Lagoons, if I price it around like, I don't know, 500-600. Is that too much? Because to be honest with you, depending on the wood and the epoxy, I'm looking at probably $300 into it. Yeah, maybe. Maybe a little less than that. So whatever I'll do, I'll maybe do 100% markup. So like if I put 200 into it, maybe I'll sell for 4. Best Lagoon table talk is at Home Depot for $30. Yeah, I'm probably right. Actually, you just buy a piece of plywood, like some of that project board. Boom. You could project with ultra thin ply and carbon fiber. That too. Carbon fiber works really well. I believe what's it called? Overland Van Project actually sells a carbon fiber for a lagoon, and it's like paper thin. Those are pretty good. Ben, what did you say? At least you can spell my name right, Ben. Your van meetup videos are the best, where you guys are just having a conversation and the girls are just laughing at me. Yeah, you know what? Those are some of my favorites too, to be honest with you. Is, just lounging around, having a good time with my friends out at these festivals and gatherings. But I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't think that was sarcasm. Hopefully it wasn't. All right, guys, I'm at 50 minutes. I gotta wrap this up. I gotta go and edit a video. My coffee's kicked in. I'm good to go. You know what I'm gonna go do? I'm gonna go be a kid again and go make some bagel bites in my Brava oven, which is right there. See it? All right, guys, I need to get back to work tonight, and I need to go in work mode for tomorrow because I need to finish this stinking van build. Hopefully my installation comes tomorrow, and if it doesn't, on to plan B. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to add a video per week, either on Mondays or Tuesdays. I don't know if it's going to be next week or the week after, but I will be adding a video per week. Yay. And that'll be more product-based as well as informational-based. And then the vlogs will be either builds or just fun travel adventures. That's on Sundays. And then on Thursdays are my tour videos. If I don't have a tour, then we shall see what the heck I do. But I'll figure something out when it comes to me running out of tours. Thank you, Alex, for the super chat. I appreciate you at the very end there. And I will see you guys next Wednesday when I do another live. I'll try to do it earlier in regards to, time zones and all that other stuff. So try me again at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I will see you guys all next time. Much love. See you later. Bye.